Marilyn Monroe was a movie icon that many people seem to misunderstand. Many believe she loved the glitz and glamour. However, that is further from the truth. From her love of children to pets, how she died, here are fascinating Marilyn Monroe facts and conspiracy theories that you never knew about the Hollywood star from the 1950s. Marilyn Monroe loved children yet never conceived. The paradox in Marilyn's life was that she never had a child of her own, yet she adored children and always yearned for a baby. She had close relationships with her stepchildren, from her marriages to Joe DiMaggio and Arthur Miller. Though Marilyn was pregnant several times, she miscarried her children before she suffered from endometriosis and ectopic pregnancies. Marilyn was often photographed cuddling with children she met on her movie sets, as well as places where she was out and about. Marilyn adored the time spent with her child co-stars. She enjoyed taking children out. Author Dale Corvino tells a story about Marilyn having been his mother's babysitter for an afternoon when Marilyn visited San Francisco, and before she married Joe, she took his mother and her sister to an amusement park, Playland, with Marilyn enjoying the afternoon incognito with a scarf on her head. However, once the wind blew, her scarf took off and Marilyn and the children were mobbed, ending their Playland outing early. She took kindly to young fans, especially who asked for autographs and pecks on the cheek. Marilyn also devoted time to visiting children in hospitals and participated frequently in charity events involving children. Marilyn Monroe was a size 16. Whenever someone wants to remind our weight-obsessed culture that curves can be beautiful, they often mention that the most revered sex symbol of the Western Hemisphere, Marilyn Monroe, wore a size 16 or 12 depending on what country you're from. Either way, she was as white as several of today's starlets standing side by side. It couldn't be less true. Several of Monroe's famous costumes were recently auctioned off, including the white dress from The 7-Year Itch and a red sequined number from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and spectators were shocked to see the teeny-tiny mannequins on which they were displayed. Monroe actually didn't fit any standard size because her waist was disproportionately smaller than her busts and hips. Her dresses averaged 22-inch waists and 34-inch busts, so she was somewhere around a 2 to 4 in today's US standard dress sizes, about the same as most modern actresses. The CIA killed icons, including Marilyn. The CIA is standing ready to protect America. Should the need arise, they are not above assassinating beloved entertainers to best serve the country's interests. At least that's what many people believe who blame the Central Intelligence Agency for the deaths of multiple celebrities. For starters, we have John Lennon. He was shot in 1980 by obsessed fan Mark David Chapman. However, conspiracy theorists opined that Chapman was actually a trained CIA assassin sent to kill Lennon because he was radicalizing America's youth with leftist politics. Marilyn Monroe allegedly became a target of the CIA because of an affair with Fidel Castro. Since she was allegedly close with President John F. Kennedy, the agency feared that she might reveal sensitive information to the communist regime. The story appeared a couple of years ago following the deathbed confession of an alleged CIA operative who carried out 37 assassinations, including that of Monroe. The story was later proven false, originating on a fake news satire website. Finally, there was Bob Marley, who died in 1981 of melanoma, originating in his toe. Marley was genuinely the target of an assassination attempt in 1976. Some people came to believe it was orchestrated by the CIA due to the singer's growing influence in Jamaica. The agency subsequently switched tactics and got Marley to wear some kind of radioactive boot to give him the fatal melanoma. All in all, these conspiracy theories are plain ridiculous. Which one of these three do you find the most convincing? Did Marilyn Monroe hate her fame? Marilyn Monroe had a sad childhood. Her mentally ill mother was unable to properly care for her. She was forced in and out of an orphanage, and she was molested by her friend's father. To avoid getting back to the orphanage, she decided to get married at 16 years old to James Doherty, a neighborhood friend. When they divorced in 1946, she was modeling. Marilyn began acting in the late 1940s and was signed to a couple of contracts, but it wasn't until she signed again with 20th Century Fox that her career blossomed. blossomed, and she grew to be a well-known superstar. In fact, she became one of the most famous women of all time. Many of Marilyn's quotes state the obvious pain she felt from fame's cold touch. It stirs up envy. Fame does. Fame is like caviar, you know. It's good to have caviar, but not when you have it at every meal. Well, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching.